Honestly, it's time to admit that playing games on easy mode is absolutely fine, and it's time that everyone accepts that. Video games are designed to be fun, aren't they? Yet there is this status quo in gaming now, especially online, that you should constantly be challenging yourself on the highest possible difficulty in order to prove yourself. Some full games are now being viewed as being more legitimate for the mere fact that they have one difficulty setting for the entire journey. Gamers are now being looked down upon or seen as inferior gamers due to the fact that they want to play on an easier difficulty. Why? Why is that? Well, I'm here to explain why this attitude towards gamers is fully outdated, overused, and well, just pathetic really. The whole movement centered around the don't play on easy mode is so tiresome now. Many people have claimed that playing on easy mode ruins the immersion of the game and creates a way more unrealistic experience when it comes to playing through the title in question. It's something that is different to what was intended by the creator because you are weakening any foes they have developed you to face and fight against. Well, I would like to think that the producers of said game would rather you actually complete the game that they've made rather than experience it in an old realistic manner. If a few enemies during a story are not as difficult to face and will not kill me constantly, I am not going to enjoy the experience of a story-driven game any less. Playing video games is an experience, but unfortunately that experience isn't universal. So often it's the case that you and a friend can both play the exact same game and have such vastly different experiences. Take Tears of the Kingdom for a recent example. Some players have absolutely steamrolled their way through the game and have just focused on the main missions, whereas others have looked at side missions, or are taking their time when it comes to having all the equipment they fancy before taking on the main story. But what's the common factor between all of them though? They are all loving the game despite the vastly different playstyles. This plays exactly into the case in point. Everyone should be able to enjoy games at their own pace, on whatever difficulty they choose so. Easy mode is looked down upon because it's viewed as a cop-out, with folk choosing to mock and shame you for choosing such an inferior gaming level compared to them. But for many it is the only experience they can have on certain games. Would you rather they did not play the game at all because they struggle on hard difficulties? I swerved off Bloodborne for that exact reason, and nearly gave up on Demon's Souls as well. I have yet to play Nioh due to the difficulty level, and have been so put off by people gatekeeping Sekiro and labelling it as the hardest game of all time that I no longer can be bothered to actually play it. For me, gaming is about escapism and winding down after a day of working. Why would I want to annoy and frustrate myself even more with the very media element that is meant to relax me and take me away from that world? This is the fantasy realm I can freely access from my living room. It would be ridiculous for me to taint that with frustration and further annoyances. Easy mode makes games accessible to people with disabilities, less skills than other players, or even just people who have less time in the day for gaming. After a hard day in the office, I don't exactly feel like sitting there and being annoyed once again. To actively slate someone for wanting a fun experience is the equivalent of going full Mean Girls and saying someone is not allowed to sit at your table. It goes against the very essence of acceptance that should be present in the gaming industry as a whole. It is breeding a new wave of toxicity, and shouldn't something that is inviting a whole new wave of players to experience a game you are passionate about be celebrated rather than belittled? Do we as a community not want as many people as possible to have as much fun with a game as we are? I know I certainly do. Easy mode can make a daunting experience very approachable, and it's an excellent introduction to a vast new world of gaming. Not everyone wants to be thrown headfirst into the deep end. It's enough to just be in the water at all sometimes. Easy mode allows players to experience the game with a different focus. Instead of having to construct the perfect build or hunt for the required extras, players can instead focus on the narrative experience. This is continuing to grow as an option too, as some developers add in modes that are easier than easy, or narrative driven, where the action is minimal or non-existent at all when compared to the narrative elements. This option allows the storytelling aspect of the game to flourish, and for some is exactly why they want to play a game in the first place. In the modern era of gaming, there are some incredible stories being told each year across all genres. To miss out on these stories because it's not the gameplay style that you enjoy or are capable of competing in is a huge shame, and it's actually an injustice to the people who worked hard on the stories for these games. In addition, those who condemn easy mode often treat it as an all or nothing approach. You play it right or you don't play it at all. But what about the gamers who are prone to replaying, who want to dip their toes in to try it before committing to the more intense experience, or who want to replay a game they love without any added stress? To view easy mode as an either or choice is to look at it with tunnel vision, instead of seeing the vast potential and easy difficulty actually offers in the long run. In the end, gaming is a very personal experience, and that is a huge part of what attracts so many people to it. The difficulty setting is just one of many ways to personalise a game. Choosing to play on easy mode as part of the gaming experience is in no way a reflection of the character of the player. It indicates nothing about them as a person or a gamer and should be viewed with the same attitude as any other decision in gaming. Okay, rant over. If you've liked what you've heard, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to GG Recon Gaming. I've been Ollie and I'll catch you next time.